Welcome everybody back to the Pigskin Pick'em. Yeah, it didn't go very well for me getting those uploaded, but I should be back for the playoffs doing some pick'em. I have a bracket challenge for you guys to join. Winner gets to pick a video for this channel. So options are pretty much limitless. And today, in the group, you get to fill out two groups. You can do what I do, you can do whatever you want to do. But person with the number one gets to pick. So for my two brackets, I'm going to pick what I want to happen and what I think is going to happen. So obviously, I am a Broncos fan. I will be taking the Broncos at the 7 spot because that just makes sense as a Broncos fan. I do think that this game will be a lot closer, but we'll go over that once we get into the more, what would you say, educated guesses. So we're going Broncos, we're going Ravens, and we're going Chargers. I do think I wouldn't be mad if the Steelers won, but also I'd be really mad if the Steelers won and Broncos didn't because of the whole Russell Wilson thing. So that's my left side, all upsets except for the Ravens. And then on the right side, I'm taking the Rams. I like Stafford. And then we also have the Bucks Commanders. I don't like Jane Daniels as much as everybody else, but I do love myself the Commanders. Kind of need a better name. I like the Redskins more, but Eagles, Packers. This is a close one. Give me the Eagles over the Packers. I wouldn't mind if the Packers won. I'm not a big Packer fan, though. And then, obviously, the Broncos, because we're going to have the Broncos pretty much winning the Super Bowl. First quarterback drafted to be a rookie to make it to the Super Bowl. And then we'll take the Ravens here against the Chargers. And then we'll take the Rams, the 4 seed, and then the Lions. And then here, Lions, Rams, Ravens, Broncos. I'm taking the Denver Broncos. Naturally. This one's a little bit closer. What does preview even do? Oh, it's just TBD. But I am going to be taking the Detroit Lions with a Broncos victory. How many points will be scored in the playoffs? Well, you see, that requires some math, my friend. With the over-under being around 40 for most games, I'm going to be doing 40 times the 13 games, which gets us to 520. But obviously 40 points exactly won't be scored. So we're going to take a 434. And sure. So that is my first bracket, the victories. It's a plus 75. There's a reason for that. And then let's go create another bracket. This one we'll get a little bit more technical with. I think the Bills will beat the Broncos by 10. I think it'll be a relatively high-scoring game. Bills being in the 30s, Broncos being in about the 20s. That's my prediction for that game. I do think the Broncos do have the ability to pull that out with a good defense, the ability to play in Buffalo and still win in Buffalo. We've seen them do that in previous years. But what scares me is our run game. You have to have a run game in the playoffs, and the Bills just do have that run game. Ravens, Steelers. I think this is no-brainer. Going to be a Ravens victory because the Steelers are without Pickens at the moment. Oh, no, they had him. He just had one catch for 0 yards against the Bengals. How? The Bengals have the worst defense in the league, and the Ravens' defense is solid now. Yeah, I'm taking the Ravens. And then the Texans, Chargers. Lots of people are taking the Chargers here. And I can see why. Because the Chargers look like that much better of a team than the Texans. But I do think that the Texans, with home field, with expertise in the playoffs, Herbert, I could be wrong, but isn't this his first time in the playoffs? He's going to be a little bit rusty. Just like the Broncos, they have nobody who's worn a Broncos jersey in the playoffs, which I think is actually insane. I'm taking the Texans, who have a little bit more expertise. And then on the East, not East, NFC, we have Rams, Vikings. I think logically the Vikings are going to pull this one off. It's going to be close, but Stafford doesn't look like he used to on his last Super Bowl run. They barely made the playoffs. I think Vikings pull this one off. Buccaneers, Commanders. I could go either way about this one, but the Bucs just look amazing right now, minus that other game. Baker can go on and score like 5 touchdowns or 0 touchdowns. There is like no in between for him. I think the Buccaneers do pull this one out. But my big upset, taking the Packers. The Packers, if you think about it with me, have really only lost divisional games. They're 1-5 in their division. I see the Lions winning against the Packers, but I do believe that the Packers will pull off a miracle upset in a Tom Grassi sort of miracle. And then obviously, naturally, the Chiefs with their 20 days of bye week will beat the Texans. So we have both 1 seeds in the Final Four. And then here, I'm actually going to be taking the Bills. Josh Allen, I think, finally gets it done. I think he finally beats Mahomes. The refs can't be with him forever. It's going to be cold and Arrowhead. I think the Bills do manage. And now Buccaneers and Vikings. I think here, it's a hard one. But I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings. I think that that's the script. I think the Vikings, after losing twice to the Lions all season and to the Rams, 3 losses on the season, they're going to redeem themselves in the playoffs and push past the Rams, the Lions, the Buccaneers, and then sadly lose to the Bills in the Super Bowl, which Josh Allen finally gets his ring. Those are my brackets. Let me know how I did and something went wrong, huh? But there you have it, the Broncos, and we're gonna join the group. If you know how to join, how do I join? I thought I literally just did join group, add another entry. Yeah, all you have to do, there is a password. It should be like 77. So if you want to join, that is how you do it. Anyways, thank you guys all for watching. Hope to see you guys on the next Madden video, real live video, or some sort of playoff stream. See you guys.